On this day, 11 years ago, you were born in the city of Aberdeen. And today I've put together a little story to celebrate with you, but to also tell you about my own mom, whom you've never met. And I hope you enjoy this story.
The Eighth Star, A Legacy of Light. On a bright morning in her sunny room, Bernice Zuba sat at her desk, the glow of her tablet lighting up her face. Today was her 11th birthday, a day for magic and making. Bernice wasn't just an ordinary girl, she was a creator. With a stylus as her wand, she painted digital worlds, designed bold graphics, and dreamed of masks that could tell secrets. She felt a spark of energy inside her, a creative fire that always seemed to push her to build something new. As Bernice worked, her mother walked in, carrying a small, weathered box. "Happy birthday, Bernice," she whispered, setting it down. "You often ask where your creativity comes from. Today, I want to tell you about the woman who carried that same fire long before you were born. She was your grandmother, Anisi Hagabimana. You never met her, but every time you pick up your pen to lead or create, she is right there with you." Chapter 1. The Heart of Agenda. The story began in 1940, in the rolling emerald green hills of Agenda, Burundi. This was where Anisi was born. Even as a young girl, she looked at the world differently. While others saw just the landscape, she saw a community waiting to be woven together. The air in Agenda was crisp and the soil was rich, but it was Anisi's spirit that truly made the land bloom. She grew up with a heart that beat for progress and a mind that never stopped dreaming. As she grew, Anisi became a force of nature, a powerful entrepreneur in a time when many thought women should stay quiet. She didn't just build a business, she built a sanctuary. When people fled their homes looking for safety, Anisi didn't just offer a prayer, she offered a job. She knew that dignity came from work and being seen. She stood tall in the marketplace, a leader who used her success to lift others, proving that a woman's hand could steer the ship of industry. At home, Anisi was the center of a different kind of universe. She raised 7 children whom she called her 7 stars. She taught them that they were meant to shine, not just for themselves, but to light the way for others. Though she was busy changing the world, she always had time to mentor her children, instilling in them the values of courage and kindness. She was a mother who wore strength like a garment and wisdom like a crown. Anisi was a fierce defender of women's rights. She gathered women under the shade of the trees and told them their voices were like thunder, necessary and powerful. She mentored young women, teaching them how to stand their ground and claim their space. To Anisi, justice wasn't a quiet thought, it was an action. She spent her life ensuring that the women of Burundi knew they were capable of anything they dared to imagine. Bernice listened to the stories, her fingers tracing the digital patterns on her screen. She realized that her graphics weren't just shapes and colors, they were a way to communicate. Just like Anisi's speeches, her digital content was a way to build a community, just like Anisi's marketplace. The same blood that moved Anisi to stand up for refugees was the blood that moved Bernice to express her unique vision to the world. Bernice decided to create something special for her grandmother's legacy. She began crafting a mask, not a physical one of wood, but a digital masterpiece that combined the textures of the Agenda Hills with the neon glow of the future. "I am making a face for the courage she had," Bernice said to herself. As she layered the colors, she felt as if Anisi was leaning over her shoulder whispering, "Keep going, little star. Your art is your voice." Even though Anisi passed away in 1982, long before Bernice was born, the connection between them was unbreakable. It was an invisible thread made of light and legacy. Anisi had been the foundation, the entrepreneur who broke the ground, and now Bernice was the architect, building new worlds with her imagination. They were two halves of the same story, separated by time but joined by the same fierce, creative soul. "Happy 11th birthday, Bernice Zuba," her father said, joining them with a hug. "You are our 8th star." Bernice looked at her art and then at her family. She knew now that her talents were a gift from the past and a promise to the future. With the spirit of Anisi Hagabimana guiding her, Bernice was ready to create, to lead, and to shine brighter than ever before. The heart of Igenda was beating right here, in her.
A happy birthday to you, my daughter.